Yeah, because she's the fifth element.
I think it's because she was naked.
And being naked is an advantage on Halloween in terms of like attention. You get more attention.
All right, are you ready?
I'm ready.
We're gonna do arms day. This shirt was a normal shirt before, but now with the belly, it's a cropped up. Haha, I'm joking. It was a cropped up all along.
Don't laugh. It was a cropped up the whole time?
It was a cropped up. Just
Okay,
extra crop now.
Will that work? Okay. All right, we got everybody. What's up, crew? Okay, this is going to be a really fun day. We're going to pump out our arms. We're going to bust our guns. Hell yeah, we bust our guns.
We'll do a little conditioning at the end.
We'll do some conditioning at the end. So we're going to do 4 different quick supersets. And what it's going to look like, each one is going to be a compound movement into an isolation movement. So we're going to do pull downs into bicep curls, presses into press downs, low rows into bent over curls, and then some Arnold press into skull crushers. And that'll be kind of like the hypertrophy part. And then we'll get some fun conditioning at the end with Cammie, and she'll make our heart rates nice and high. Does that sound good, Cam? Okay, that's a yes. All right, let me move this camera so everyone can see.
It's Friday.
Things are going slow.
Thursday is like, I don't know if I'm the only one, but Thursday I feel like I just get hit by a bus.
Thursdays are hard.
And then Friday I'm like, one more day before the weekend, but then I still work on Saturday, so.
So let's get these guys stretched out, Cam. Okay. So here, we'll take the weights off and we'll get some space. Okay, you can do this together. Good thighs.
I better.
Oh,
It
yeah.
feels better today.
Yeah, it was pretty. My back has been getting really tight just from sitting, I think, because I spent so much time in the house sitting. All right, so move over. So first thing we're going to do is just stretch out our arms. Do what Cammie does. I'm just going to follow her.
My back always crack when I do this.
Oh, yeah, I'm just going to crack there. That's, I don't know. If it doesn't hurt, it's not a bad thing, I guess. A release. So when your back cracks, it's nitrogen in the joint. Isn't that weird?
Let's do some
Oh, yeah.
head circle, because
Oh, yeah.
we always just look down at our computer.
Oh, I feel like I don't want to look down anymore. Oh, there's so much in that.
Other way?
I like to hang upside down, I think. That would feel nice. You know, like we have that inversion table at home, Cam?
I miss home.
Yeah, I miss our home.
All right.
I'm really missing our home.
I know, me too.
Because I was watching videos of training videos in our garage, and I was like, oh, I really miss that piece of equipment, or I just miss training in the garage at home. Not that this garage isn't great. I mean, we really made the best of it pretty fast. We built this gym how long? In one day. We built it in one day.
Mm-hmm.
And that was mostly just buying equipment and finding, I had to rearrange the garage.
Some of wrist
stuff. I had to rearrange the garage. There was a trailer in here that I moved out. And
arm circle back.
so I had to figure out how to balance having the Corvette in here with bringing in a multi-gym and 1,000 pounds of weight. But we worked it out. I had to move those fishing rods.
Some forward.
Forward circles. Oh, yeah. There it is.
Some hip sexy stuff.
Hippy dippies.
Hip sexy stuff.
Oh, yeah. I feel like this range of motion here is what I need to work the most on. And sometimes I like to go the other way too. Could you spot me on this, Kim?
No.
Could you just put your hands on my hips? And now just because I'm worried about this range, I don't know if I can have the strength to do it myself.
No.
Okay.
He said no.
All right, continue.
All right, this one.
Arm across. The old arm across. Oh, yeah. This will be good. We're going to get pumped out today. We'll try to move quickly so we get a good pump. So we won't take too much time between sets, which I know Cammie likes. We'll still try to go hard and heavy. La otra is.
Oh, you didn't do it the way.
I was doing both arms each time.
It's a shoulder. All right, let's grab a little weight and let's do some of these.
External rotation. Can I use a band? Is that okay?
Sure.
Sorry. We'll use a band, Cam.
All right, if you have a bottle of water at home or a small weight, we'll do some seated, one leg up, external rotation.
See,
We're gonna do 20.
you good?
Mm-hmm.
Shoulder maintenance. A lot of people have asked about your shoulder book.
Good. It's great.
And people are like, "Yeah, I got a bad shoulder and I don't want to pay for physical
There are-
therapy." Somebody literally told me, he's like, "I don't want to pay for physical therapy. What should I do?" And I said, "Well, if you're not going to pay for physical therapy, you can just pay for this. What is it, like a $39 book?"
I think it's 49.
Yeah, pay for this $49 book and avoid
I mean, it's a
thousands of dollars
3-month
in physical
program.
therapy bills. The physical therapist is probably $100 a trip. And they
Yeah,
don't even do much.
I know. Well, that's why we did this program, because I was going to PT and I was like, this is not going to get me back to the CrossFit game.
Yeah.
So let's figure out someone who's willing to push. All right, same weight. We're just going to go some high pull.
High pull. You just
And let's do 20.
20 each arm.
Yeah.
Same weight.
The arm.
I feel like a cracking in my shoulder every time I do this.
Is it
This
cracking?
This is my good arm. My bad arm's like, it's a crack and then it's a snap.
That's not good.
Well, I
Now
think
let's do 20
it's funny how like
press.
once I get the muscles fired up, everything gets really smooth. Like it actually goes away. I think it's probably just the tissue getting loose or the tendons getting a little bit more malleable. These are overhead press?
Yeah, 20. Your shoulder's starting to feel a little better. Good. Are your
Yes.
shoulder warm?
We're getting there.
You want to do one more round?
No, it's good. I think we're hot. But we got plenty of work here. And these sets are kind of long sets too. Good. Okay, Cami.
All right. We
All
are
right.
starting with
Bicep, tricep, pushing and pulling. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Cami. We'll show you lots of different ways to do these, right? And we'll give you a lot of variety depending on the equipment you have. But what we're going to do is we're going to superset a pull down with an alternating bicep curl. So for Cam, I'm going to have her seated on the ground, and she's going to.
we're doing pull down.
Yeah, I'm going to have you go with the band resistance on this one, Cam. And you're going to go with an underhand grip,
Is that one here?
seated on the ground. I think this one's okay for you. I think you can handle it. Try it out. And so she's going to do 15 of these with a 1 second pause at the bottom. So I'll show you her. This is her, and she's going to superset that immediately with an alternating bicep curl. So here she is. So 15 here, and then 10 alternating bicep curls. Your kids, there we go. Let's see. Nice. And you can see, like, even this band is like pretty challenging. This is our Thundrbro thick band. But if it was too much, you can lighten it up. Or if you had just like the handle ones, you could do the same thing. And the only thing I'd say is like make sure it's kind of challenging so those last few reps are harder. You're getting a good 1 second pause at the bottom and squeezing your bicep. Nice, Cam.
Can you?
Oh, you're stuck. Gotcha.
Well,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. And now she's gonna grab. You want the 20s?
I don't know.
You can start with the 10s and build up to the
Start
20s.
with the
So she's gonna do 10 alternating standing bicep curls where one weight's gonna come up and she's gonna take her thumb and she's gonna turn it as far out as she can and then down and she'll turn the other one out. 10 each arm, 10 each arm. And I'm gonna get going on my first set. I'm just gonna start nice and light to get kind of warm this first set.
I wish we had a little bit more in between weights.
Yeah.
So I could hurt jump today.
You want to use like a 15.
Yeah, like 15, 25, 30.
Well, when we go back home, when we bring these weights back home, we're gonna have a crazy set of dumbbells. We're gonna have so many. Probably have 20 different dumbbell weights. Okay, here we go.
How much rest between?
More. About 90 seconds.
We're doing 4 sets, right?
Yep.
So we're doing 4 sets of 15 pull down and 20 total bicep curl.
Yep. No yawn. No yawn. 90 seconds.
Not me.
Woo!
Baby.
I'm already getting pumped out. Pre-workout. Warrior by Nutrex. Is it in you? Are you a warrior? Are you a warrior?
Are you a
Are you
warrior?
a warrior? Yes, a warrior. So it's a little movement redundancy with the pulling and then more pulling or bicep and then on more bicep. So you should be getting kind of like pumped out pretty good between the 15 reps here and then the 10 alternating curls. What I would say is maybe keep the curl kind of similar and bump the weight up on the pull downs as you get harder and harder. Oh, there she is. Gotcha. Wow.
Yeah, I know. He gets
That's a lot of tension, man. You're impressive, Kim. So how about this? You'll do a full round, and that'll be my rest, and then I'll do a full round, and that'll be your rest.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Got it.
I think that makes it about the right time.
That's what's cool. Like working with a partner, it's like someone's always working, and it's a way to kind of keep you on track. As long as you don't end up talking too much, which is a problem for Camille. Like, even her grade school teachers would complain that Camille really likes to talk, and laugh with her sister. I bet when she grew up, her sister and her probably needed to be separated a lot of the time. Where the teacher's like, "Oh no, you guys are not going to be together."
We were never in the same class. So.
Good. And had to separate you not just in the class, but they couldn't even let you take the same class.
No, they have. Well, my sister. I have a twin, and when you're a twin in school, they pretty much tell your parents to separate you so you can learn to make other friends. Otherwise, you would just stay with your twin type of deal. So many bug bites. But yes, we would laugh. I got kicked out of a class once because I couldn't stop laughing.
I've done the same thing to you.
What?
Keep you out of the gym.
Because I couldn't stop laughing?
As I said, if you're gonna laugh, you should leave.
Well, that was just you being mean.
That wasn't being mean.
Yes.
That wasn't being mean. All right, what do you guys think? 60s? Can we get away with 60s on this one? Let's see. Heavy.
I wish I could like have something to know if my baby's okay all the time.
Oh! Oh. Ooh, set number 2.
3.
Well, that was set number. Oh, this is set number 3. That was set number 2. I'm feeling the arms now. Ooh, a little pumpy, a little pumped out here. Good, yeah. Oh.
That's why you need all of them.
Whoa. I put my weights on top of Cammie's light weights so that she couldn't get them.
Is that what you did?
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna trade the 20 anyway.
I said she's not getting these light weights because I'm gonna block her from getting to them. Cool deal. I win.
Totally worked.
Totally, my coaching mind games. Oh, you want your light weights? Well, they're at the bottom of the pile there somewhere. Or you could just take those big dogs. Look at that. Between the belly and the bicep.
Yeah.
It's like,
Making me feel so feminine right now.
I know, but it's like,
I feel like a freaking Oompa Loompa.
you're a sexy Oompa.
I should dye my hair
What color? Orange?
purple.
Where are Oompa Loompas orange? Oh wait, no. Their hairs are green, right?
No, the hair's purple. No?
Orange face.
Orange face, purple hair. Right?
I think it's green hair.
What color is an Oompa Loompa hair? Is it green or purple? I think it's purple. Might be crazy. All right, the question is, what color is the green hair? One person says green.
What's that?
Someone says green.
Well, I think that someone is correct.
Orange with green hair.
That's what I thought. Orange with green hair. And suspenders, right?
Yeah, you're right. I think it's green. Trolls. I think I have trolls in my head. You're right. They're green.
Trolls.
Orange and green.
You mean Chris Pratt? Okay, there you
We
go.
should be Oompa Loompa for Halloween. You know what I miss the most in training?
Oh.
You know what I miss the most ever in training?
What?
Drinking some caffeine,
Oh yeah, that's fun.
some Red Bull.
Hey,
I think that's the hardest thing about being pregnant is you could drink a little tiny bit of caffeine. I think it's something like 20 milligrams a day, but I just stay away from it because there's like mixed research on it. But I miss my coffee so much.
Yeah.
Red Bull more specifically.
Most specifically.
More specifically.
Oh, that one was hard.
The yellow one's my favorite.
Yellow one of what?
Red Bull is like
Oh, yeah.
tropical something.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
There's like
so
a tropical
good.
berry or something. The summer one.
Yeah, it's like pineapple something, I think.
Bay Breeze.
I'm not sure what the flavor is.
Goes
It's
great with
good.
alcohol.
It's good.
It's good.
It's good.
This is Cammy's last set. She's doing a really good job. She's getting toned. She's toning those arms. She's in the tone zone.
I don't know about that.
Enter the tone zone. There you go.
You want to tell them about the strip club we had in mine yesterday?
Yes. I'll tell them while you do your bicep curls. Okay.
This is the conversation we had yesterday.
So
because I said
we came
I
up-
missed Disney and then we saw a strip club.
we came up with a theme for a strip club, and we had two potential options. Either a strip club where the strippers dress up the Disney theme and play Disney characters, or the Disney characters are strippers. So like, Mickey's like, oh, has everyone seen my thong? I can put a dollar bill on my panties. Or they work together, right? They're like the regular strippers, and then the Mickey characters are in there too. I would go to that
I
strip
would
club. Dan would go. It's magical.
I've never been to a strip club.
Yeah, me neither. I've never been to a strip club. Never. I've never been. Ever. Haven't been there. Ever.
I don't care as long as you don't go because you think I'm not pretty enough.
You know what? Like, compared to you, I really didn't even find those other girls attractive.
You do or you don't?
I said I don't find those other girls attractive.
All right, the superset number 1 done. And I'm gonna be.
Oh, right. Last one, best one. Pumping out the guns. Girls with the big dogs. Hell yeah, we both got guns. Here we go. Oh.
What's the next thing?
Okay.
The rest?
Yeah, so now what we're going to
You're
do.
gonna have to give me the weight because I can't, like, I have to. Or should we do it with the barbell?
So,
But then you wouldn't have to give
you want to
me
use the machine?
for the bench.
Or we could use this. That's easy. Okay, so next one we're going to do is going to be an incline chest press superset with a tricep press down. So for Cam, let's see. There's my bed right there. Or even this one would be working Cam too. So she's going to do very similar rep scheme. You guys all see.
Gosh, my belly's getting so big.
Gosh, our dogs are just Worst dogs ever. Don't stop barking all day. Okay. Make sure that stays there. Cool. You guys can see everything? See the bench? No, can't see the bench. We'll get there. Okay, so for Cam, she's going to superset either a dumbbell incline bench, so she could do that. She could do a push-up or a band-resisted push-up. She could do a barbell incline bench. She could even do a push-up with her feet elevated to kind of emulate that incline angle. But the idea is 15 compound pressing reps. So whether it's incline dumbbell bench press, feet elevated push-up, band-resisted push-up, whatever it is, 15 pretty challenging reps. And then we're going to go immediately into 20 tricep press downs with a 1 second pause at the bottom. So the way she's going to do the press down, you guys could probably use your bands for this, is the dowel's going to go through the band. You're going to grab on top of the dowel, Cam, and go ahead and separate your hands just about shoulder width. Now what I want her to do is keep, you turn this a little bit, keep her elbows pinned to her sides, and she's going to extend. Just like that.
Okay. Get out of here. You lost it and you
Jackpot. Okay. Yeah, she's going nuts outside. All right, so that's the complex. Good. We got everybody, all the cameras are going now. Now, if you have like a cool cable machine, what I would do is use that. So what you can do with the cable machine is you can probably load it up with some weight and get 15 where you're going to come down. Try to separate your hands as you come down. 1 second pause. Okay, and you can do this with bands with a partner too. If you have a band partner, just hold the bands. So can I show them here, Carrie? If you were to say like hold the bands with these like stirrup bands, you could do anything from like if you anchored it into a door, you could do kickbacks like this. Okay, so this is a kickback, or Cammy could be my anchor. She would just hold the band right in the middle.
Wait, this is how we do it.
Oh, no, I like this. Yeah. No, I think I need less tension. Okay, that takes a couple steps back, Cam. Okay, cool. And then the kickback, I just hinge over at 45 degrees, and it's still a press down, right? It's still a press down. It's still a press down. Okay. So 15 into 20. Try to put that 1 second pause at the bottom. I'm going to use the tricep rope. Cammy's going to use the band, and we're going to do it on this machine incline.
How much weight should I put?
I think, let's start with like 60. And it's 15 reps. Yeah, maybe like 60. I'll grab the rope.
All right, you're gonna, what is your Oompa Loompa get into this?
Oh boy. You're not an Oompa Loompa, Cammy. If you are an Oompa Loompa, you're very sexy Oompa Loompa.
Alright, I'm doing my set.
Just kind of feeling it out. Good. Nice. Now don't even bring just up to my hand. There you go. Nice. But sometimes if you come all the way up, you can actually just rest a little. So I try to keep it just to about a little above 90 degrees. And I'm giving Cammy a target with my hand for how high I want her to go with that. Nice, Cam. I can see, I can feel her tricep really working. And that 1 second pause is where everything on the back of her arm is just squeezing tight.
Bye bye weight going.
And what's that?
I said bye bye with bingo wing, yeah.
Bye bye bingo wings.
Bye bye bingo wings.
Yes, that's right, guys.
Bingo wings, bingo.
Bye bye bingo wings.
Bye bye.
Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing. So I'm gonna hit my 15 here. And again, like you can kind of build up on the dumbbell incline or the machine incline, what we're doing. We'll just get lock it in here.
you go.
There it is. Now we're going to go to the press down. Get this at 20 here.
Those press on always makes me sore. Which is crazy because I'm so good at handstand push-ups.
Oh, that stings. Holy shnikes, that stings. A lot of tricep right there. You get me? Mm-hmm. Bump this down here for the next set. Try to get better reps. Again, like you could emulate the incline by elevating your feet. I'd say something like a 20-inch bench or something in a push-up.
Oh, looks like this harder.
Crushing it. Cammy's crushing it. Let me see if I can get this here. That's a little better angle, maybe. Yeah. Turn it here. Oh, good. We got a lot of folks going live on Arm Day. So as a coach, I'm looking to see that her elbows are staying tight, that she's pausing at the bottom. The posture too, like I don't want her too hunched over, but nice and tall. And you'll even see athletes do this really well when they finish the lockup, they'll get real tall to lock up. Nice, Cam.
Hard for me because I'm pregnant.
Uh-huh.
All I'm trying to focus on is that when I do it, I kind of squeeze the top here so it doesn't go out.
What do they call that?
Coning.
Coning. You don't want to be coning.
Yeah.
No coning allowed.
So if you're pregnant out there, like kind of always keep an eye on your belly when you're doing movement, and if there's a line here that comes out, try to suck it in a little.
Like the last thing you want is to be an ice cream cone.
Yeah, it's like different because I feel like when you do weightlifting, you're used to kind of be pressing out. So now you kind of want to like keep it in. So that's why I never lean back or lean forward. That's why I'm kind of a little like straight like this.
So is that kind of like
focus on making sure this stays.
If I were to think like, have you ever had to like poop really bad and you can't find a toilet and you're like, oh. Is that like what I'm supposed to do with my abs?
No. But that's similar to a Kegel because you're like squeezing the bottom in.
Okay, guys. So don't.
That's another exercise.
So don't poop your pants. Don't poop your pants, crew.
I love how Dave always tries to talk about this like he knows what he's talking about.
I know. Well, if it has to do with like bathroom emergencies, I'm an expert on bathroom emergencies.
Well, you seem to like to think that you're an expert in the pregnancy stuff.
Yeah, like I'm an expert in the pregnancy stuff only because.
You've been pregnant before and you have a lot of experience.
I have tons of experience.
I have no experience and I'm first time pregnant. So we are doing 15 press and 20 down, 20 tricep extension. I do think that Dave's goal now, since we're having a baby girl, has become to be the biggest, scariest dad out there.
I want everyone to be so afraid of disappointing my baby girl.
I'm terrified for the day that she brings back a boy at the house and we both think he's an idiot. Dave?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, if she brings back a boy and I think he's an idiot, I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm sure I've done that to my parents, so hopefully she'll make better decisions.
Oh.
Well, I had no real boyfriend before Dave. Dave's my only one.
Ow. Ow. Oh, gosh, that is hard. Ooh, that's what she said.
Ooh.
Wow, Cam. That even lightened that up, and that was terrible.
Yeah,
I went
I thought
heavier.
the
I went heavier on the press. If you're going to go heavier in these movements, try going heavier in the compound, just a little bit safer, and then like light but burn out the ancillary isolation move. Let's see. Can I get this from here? It's so hard to wrap this camera up. If I go like this. Yeah. There it is. Oh yeah, good angle. Great angle.
Just see how I get out of that.
No, how'd you get out of it? Oh, I'm really glad we're waiting 4 sets of this. Woo! Good. How was that?
Good.
Do a lot of women have back pain when they are pregnant?
Yes.
So, like, what do they tell you? Because I know, like, if somebody who wasn't pregnant came to me with back pain, I would usually give them, like, the Mackenzie back protocol. But if like, going into extension is bad for the belly, what do they tell pregnant women to do for their back?
I know a lot of them see chiropractor.
Okay.
But it's like loosen up your hip. The problem is that your rib cage is opening, so that hurts your back. You have more weight in the front, so that hurts your back. So you have to like focus on your posture, making sure your hips are staying flexible.
Yeah, so just like hamstring, hip mobility. There's a neighbor of ours who's got a red Corvette, just like the one that we have access to, and I think that he thinks that his Corvette is cooler than ours, which isn't, because his Corvette is like maroon and ours is like fire engine red. And obviously,
Your dad's Corvette. This is not our Corvette.
yeah,
Do your step. You're stalling.
it's the Corvette that we get to drive as part of a quarantine perk.
Yes. Which I'm terrified to be doing it. I'm terrified something could happen to it.
But I've seen him looking at our Corvette.
Yeah.
Nope, that's damage weight. That is not heavy at all. Wow. My bad. That was too light. Come on in. Full stack. Come on, full stack. Where you at? Oh, come on, dude. It's getting hard to get this full stack. There we go. That was shockingly light. Okay, here we go. Kevin's gonna go like, you haven't even done your set yet. Shoulders back. Here we go. Cam, I accidentally did your weight. It's like, well, that's light.
You couldn't do it.
No, yeah, exactly. I was like, I almost flew off the seat. Okay, here we go.
I bet it didn't feel that light. What's the other one we're doing after this?
What? Oh gosh. Ow.
I can't.
Right?
I can't.
Oh. Oh gosh. Oh. So pumpy, Cummy. Oh no. Oh no. My arms are getting too big. We're going to do single arm row and then a bent over curl. So it'll be single arm row and then curl just like this.
Seated row?
No. Single arm.
I think I'm going to do seated.
What do you mean? Seated like just supported?
Yeah, I don't like this.
Okay, well we could also we could also do banded low row.
Yeah, let's do
that. Let's do that. And I'll use the cable.
Wait, you remember the other day we did that and I was like,
You didn't like it on your back?
On my belly.
Oh, okay. I'm talking about like
it's like a lot of.
I'm talking about this.
Yes, that's what I did with you.
All right, that's fine.
I didn't like it.
Whatever's good for you. The magic is in the movement. There's a lot of ways to emulate a sagittal row. Oh, gosh, my triceps are blown. Like literally blown out. Yeah, look at that. Ah, blown tricep. All right. Whoa, look at that dismount. That's a good dismount, Cam. Oh, you gotta get your stick. And if you guys didn't have like a PVC pipe or a dowel, you can also do these press downs just by grabbing the band in a neutral grip. You can do the press downs like that with the band. It's not hard. Whew. Definitely feeling those tries. Tries, guys. Throat tickles. Seasons are changing here. It's been weirdly cold. It's been really crazy cold.
Oh, it feels so good.
I know we're in Florida. It's like 65 degrees, but normally it's like 90 degrees this time of year down here.
I love this temperature.
Yeah. All right, you gonna make me do this now?
Yeah.
All right. My triceps still feel blown out from that last set. You love me, Cam?
Yeah, sometimes.
I don't know if you love me unless I get a kiss.
Do you deserve a kiss?
No.
I don't think you do.
I was bad boy.
You were bad this morning.
I was bad boy this morning. I got mad. The monster came out. Go away, monster. Yeah. I can't get my arm in. Okay. All right. Ready? Arch. Shoulder down and back. Here we go. Oh. Holy. All right.
All right.
Press down. This one really stung last time.
Okay, well, let's go.
If you can help me when it gets hard, if you just pull down on the rope, we'll watch your finger. Here we go. Go around the ball. Not yet. Ow!
I did all the work for you.
Yeah, awesome. Good set. That set was way better than the last one. I had to do it all by myself. All right. So let's get creative, crew.
Row and what was the other one?
We're gonna do a combination. I'll show you guys here how Cam can do this. I'm just going to remove my seat here. So we're going to do a low row. There's so many different ways to do a low row, right? The only thing that matters is that you're pulling in the sagittal plane, not vertically, but back towards your body, right in front of you. So you can do this
from 45 to minus 45.
Exactly, right? So you can do this as a low row. You can do this as single arm rows. We're going to do seated double arm low rows. You could do it as a chest supported row, but it's a sagittal row, a good heavy. Cam is going to go 15 with a pause, and she's going to use the band with the dowel. And same deal. Let's switch the grip up because a lot of what you did in the first group of pulling was underhand. So she's going to go overhand grip. And the first one was a little bit narrower. So I'm going to have her go wide for these just to give her variety. The band is going to go nice and low. Don't touch my butt. And ooh, she's just going to stick her down like this. Ooh. This is a fun exercise. So we're going to superset that low row with a bent over curl. So for the bent over curl, I'll just show you what it looks like on this bench. You have options when you do it. I'm going to tell you, Cam is probably going to do it. Cam is probably going to do it. It's kind of like the easier option, which is to be seated, and then you're going to prop your elbow on the inside of your knee, and you can perform your single arm rows right here. Same deal, leg squeeze at the top. If you don't have the bench, just bend over, and you can do them like that. That's another great way to do it. For her, because of her belly, I probably don't want her to bend over that much. So right here, she can support her weight on her opposite leg. That's the way she's going to do it. I'm going to do the cable row, so you may or may not see me grunting and working, but you'll see me here on the curl, trying to get my pump on. Cool, Cams?
Yeah, let's put the. Oh, do you want me to sit on the floor for this?
Seated on the floor. And you know, another way you could do this too, and this is cool if you wanted to try it, instead of going with the dowel, you could use the handles and the bands. And that's a really good, cool way to do it. I'll let you try both and see what you like better. Because that's one rule. It's like Cammy wants to do what Cammy wants to do. So I'm going to give her the option to pick which one she thinks feels better. So she can try either one.
Just like.
You like the dowel?
Pretty much using what I think is the hardest.
Yeah, I like the dowel personally. I think the dowel
it's easier to squeeze at different place because this you can only really have your hand at a certain way.
Yeah, and are you able to? Is that good? Yeah. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna do this with my V handle. I'll come up inside here. Inside.
How many bicep?
So 10 each arm. And I would say you can try it with the 20s. That'd probably be okay for you. If it's too hard, maybe
you start with the 10.
You can start with the 10s. Don't make Cammy do anything she doesn't want to do. That's rule number 2.
But you're not
sometimes I have these adventurous ideas, like I'll see a pillow online, and I'll go, Cammy, look at this pillow. Like we could totally use that pillow for stuff. Like, yeah, he doesn't know how to do it. I'm talking about a sex pillow.
You're so annoying. This bend is too high for me. Can you see it?
Yep.
This is too high. Like falling forward.
I'm going over to my bent over curls. going to start my first set light just to kind of feel the movement. I always like doing that in set number 1. Is just kind of doing like a systems check. Like, how's the movement feel? Especially if you're ever dealing with injuries. Good. Opposite one. Good. All right. Woo, take your time, Ken. Take your time. 90 seconds between these. So I kind of started while Cami was finishing, so she's probably got about 30 more seconds before she's going to go. So next set, I think I'll try to bump these up to 60. That'll be pretty potent. But now that I'm familiar with the movement and I know everything feels good, I think it's worth it to give it a shot as opposed to just being aggressive right off the bat. Oh, did you throw a little extra pause at the end there, Sam? I saw that.
Whatever.
Unstoppable power.
I put my feet on your dumbbell.
Do you want to?
Because it's too low. My legs.
Yeah, I don't want it to slip on you. But yeah. Can you bend over more?
I don't want to.
That's fine. That's fine. You look like AC Slater in the opening credits by Saved by the Bell. When the teacher pops a test, I don't want it a mess. If I diet on my homework, now it's not pow, pow.
So in Canada, we don't have Saved by the Bell. I guess we have our own version.
It's called El Saludo.
Oh, no, it was called What the Dow.
El Saludo, Mrs. Bliss.
It was called What the Dow.
Etudiant de Miss Bliss.
It's such a bad name. So cheesy.
My turn?
Yeah, so cheesy.
I'm getting a pump now.
Oh, man.
This is good. I've been waiting for this pump.
Save it by the bell. And we can save it by the bell.
Okay, here we go. Bent over curl with the big dogs. I'm so fit. I'm so fit.
You're big. I don't know about that.
I'm so fit.
Trying to get fit again.
I did a workout yesterday and I was pretty fit. I ran.
With me?
Yeah, I ran. You see me run?
Yeah, I did.
I didn't even stop.
I think we were running about the same speed.
No, that's not true. I was running so fast. I was running so
You're
fast.
so fast, baby. You're
I
so
was so
fast.
fast.
You're so good. Guys are so smart. Save it by the
Oh.
bell.
That's heavy. That 60 is heavy.
Well, you want to be big or not?
Oh, good.
Well, then let's be big. Yeah, lift the heavyweight.
Do you want to compete in bodybuilding?
I think that was like after my training for the CrossFit gym. What if the CrossFit gym? Keep going. Save it by How many did we do? 2?
Ooh.
Starting 3, right?
Yeah. That was a. You can't. My camera's so.
You're what?
My camera's pointing in the wrong direction. Sorry, guys. You couldn't even see what's going on. I'm so sorry. I had the camera just pointed in the wrong direction. So there's Cammie. There she is.
That's me.
Yeah.
Oh, that is not how I'm supposed to play.
Now you can still see. Okay, good. Great. Blinded by the light. Don't up like you do. You love the night, but blinded by the light. Thanks, Cam. Oh shit! She's got the killer eyes. What do you call that position? Scarecrow?
It's the.
Oh, ISO hold.
It's a motorcycle ride.
You're right. Oh my god. It's fun to work out with your wife. I feel like this cures all of our problems.
We'll see.
We were arguing pretty hard this morning, but I feel much better now.
Because you went somewhere you know you're not.
I went to a dark place, which is okay as long as you realize you're going there and you can redirect yourself. Everyone goes there.
But I don't accept it.
I consider myself to be like the hero of your story. You know, like, you're the hero of my story, but I also know that I'm the hero of your story.
It depends on what scenario. But we do help each other a lot.
Well, the sex story. We were saying that we were talking about moving our house and how much stuff we have, and I was going, I think we have 3,000 pounds of gym matting alone.
Oh, yeah.
Gym matting. Like, let alone the gym. We have 3,000 pounds of gym matting.
I don't even want to think about that stuff. It's stressful.
Oh, at least, because each mat is 100 pounds. We might have 5,000
We
pounds.
have a lot.
I think we have 50 gym mats.
We have a lot of math. That's
These
sure.
are 3/4-inch horse stall mats that are awful to move.
Landed by the light. Did you hear that?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
you sound like Andy Bernard.
I was Andy Bernard.
You're the Nard dog.
Ruff, ruff.
Here comes treble.
Here comes trouble. Blinded by the light. When you do your Celtic, no one. Oh yeah, we can see your bed. Okay.
Like,
Blinded by the light.
Ooh. Here comes treble.
You're gonna pull the foot too.
I'm so fit.
You get so out of breath doing this stuff. I can't even.
I've been working
I
hard.
can't believe it.
I'm working hard here. All right, come on. This is heavy. Wait, it's fucking heavy.
Well, do you want to be big or not?
Oh.
Yeah, I want to be strong. Lift the heavy weight. Blinded by the light.
Oh, God. That is fucking heavy. Okay, here we go.
With Elf barking at
I don't know. She is
us.
so annoying. The neighbors are going to kill us.
Go put her in the bark if she's there.
Oh, gosh. Oh, that's hard. Is that the way right, he's hot. Ooh, I'm getting hard now. All right, we're just getting a little pumpski on. You guys on Instagram, I think we're about to lose you, so I'm gonna stop the feed and then I'll restart it. If you want to keep watching the workout, I'll stand by. I'll take care of you guys right now. Oh man, and we had so many questions. Just a heads up, that top spin curl with the roller squash were brutal. Yeah, it was brutal. Okay. All right. What's up, Anarchy Nation? Cammy's kind of back. So this is this is Muscle Anarchy Arm Day. It's a cool bunch of hypertrophy bodybuilding work stuff. We kind of usually do it with a conditioning workout, but today's session is going the full hour, I think. So yeah. What's up, crew? I got one more set left. Cammy's got one more set left, and then we're gonna finish with some shoulder presses and some skull crushies. So yeah, arm day in full effect. Feel pumped. Can't wait to eat.
Last set?
Last set, best set. I'm glad Cammy took some rest because that means extra rest for me. Extra kit rest for Cammy is extra rest for me. Okay. Well, there you go with that. Look at you. Show you guys Cammy. Look at her going. She's getting it. These are all supersets of compound movements into isolation movements. And they're correlated with pushing and pulling. So, for instance, the first one was underhand grip pull downs into alternating bicep curls, 15 incline chest press into press downs. This one is low row into bent over curl. And the final one is going to be overhead press into skull crusher. So it's a way to kind of pair.
One more?
Yeah, if you want to get that last one.
Do the workout.
Okay, we could do some pressing in the workout then. That would be fun.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do.
Totally cool with that. Yeah, and it's only you can go for a while. It's only 11:06.
I know, that's what I wanted to do.
I think we got started. We started late. I think.
No.
Or we started. We just been going.
Normally we just do two things.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we could totally do that. And what we could do is.
I know what we're doing.
You know what we're doing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We're gonna do knee elevated handstand here, and push press and run.
Okay.
Or bike if you want.
Okay. Blinded by the light. Don't know what I could do soon. Middle of the night.
And done for me.
Yay! All right, I'm gonna chop my hands, get this last set in, and then we're gonna do some pressing in the conditioning workout. Finish it off.
Yep. Blinded by the light.
Hold up like a deuce in the middle of the night. Woo! I like these combos. They're fun, like.
Yeah, I like this.
It's kind of, it's like when it's all isolation, sometimes it gets a little bit boring. But I still feel like we're working pretty hard with the compound stuff.
I like this.
Are you able to do a seated press, like seated on the ground? Or is that too much on your belly? Like a Zaxman press? A Z press?
I think so.
That would be
But I
cool.
wanted to do.
So we did some push press yesterday.
It's fine.
Okay. Oh. All right. Last one, best one. Good where I'm going. Come on, man.
That movie was so good. If you guys don't know what to watch at home, watch The Fifth Element.
Fifth Element was good.
It was so good. I'm so impressed by how good
Cool.
like the costume are. They're
art
so like
ahead of their time.
ahead of time. Yeah, ahead of the time. It's so good. Like you have to remember that they did this movie a long time ago. I don't know the date, but the effect, everything is so good.
Oh, yes. Yay! Okay, Cam. Now we're going to do rowing, or excuse me, biking and pressing. Is that what the combo is? And people have the option to run or do burpees. What about step-ups?
It's not cardio enough.
Not cardio enough? Okay.
Okay,
All
you're
right, so you take it. You take it away. You're the commander.
We're gonna do 10 handstand push-up. I'm gonna do knee elevated here, like this. Or you can go on the floor with your butt elevated like this. So we're gonna do 10 of those into 20 push press. So 20 with the dumbbell or the bag, just use your legs. 10, so 10 into 1 minute of cardio. So the 1 minute of cardio is going to be either, because I don't know what you guys have access to, either a 200-meter run, 50 jumping jack, or 10 calorie on the bike.
Okay.
And we're going to do
maybe 15 on the bike. 12 to 15 guy or girl.
1 minute.
Yeah, 1 minute.
So whatever.
Everyone's got different capacity.
Exactly. And we're going to do that for 12 minutes.
Okay, cool. Now, is it cool? I'll do handstand push-up. Can I do like a seated Arnold press?
You do what you want.
Okay, cool. I like it.
Okay?
Yeah, thank you.
So we're going to go for 12 minutes, and I'm going to start, and as soon as I'm done with one of my movements, Dave's going to start. So we're going to stagger each other.
How long is this?
12 minutes.
12 minutes? You're crazy.
I'm crazy.
You're crazy. That's a lot of minutes.
Oh, I erased my timer the other day.
12 minutes.
Shouldn't have done that. All right, so home 10 handstand, 10 push press, 200-meter run, or 12 minutes.
Middle of the night. Middle of the night.
12. You ready?
Ready.
Are you starting?
No, you're starting. Let me just get my weights over here.
Okay, we're gonna start in. Gosh, such a big belly.
Your belly looks awesome.
Okay.
I think it's really pretty.
Good. All right, get yourself set up. We're gonna start in 30 seconds.
30 seconds. So you guys, this is a good compliment because we wanted to get one more pressing movement in or tricep movement in. So this pairs really well where you're getting two birds with one stone, you're getting some conditioning, and you're just cashing out the triceps. Having said that, try to make it hurt each round on the pressing, so you're getting something out. You might get 5 rounds out of this. So try to make it hurt on the pressing. That's it. That's my deal.
You said everything you wanted to say there.
Yeah, and just to piggyback on what Cam said, I just said everything I wanted to say. Well, for my folks who are jumping into this.
Oh, you're so annoying. Let's see. Or both of her computer tilted. All right, we're gonna start in 10 seconds.
Oh gosh, let's see.
For 12 minutes.
You want me to move the bike so you can so they can see?
I think I'm gonna do one round bike.
Okay. That's fine.
3, 2, 1, and go. And go.
There's the bike. There's the bike. Here she goes. Oh, careful. Yeah. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. Nice, Katie. Let's go until she's done here. Oh boy.
When?
That looks pretty hard.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like 2 pressing in a row.
Yeah. Pressing on pressing, guys.
Little run
So
for
a
me.
little fatigue. So what I'm going to do is when she runs, I'm just going to start with Arnold press. And I'm going to get some good shoulder work in here. This is higher rep stuff. So I'm going to go a little bit longer, see if I can hold maybe 15s or 20s here. It went down. Give me one sec right there. Check it out. See when she comes back, I'll start on the bike. Whew, the resistance looks high. Doing it.
A lot of
Running?
a lot of weight to carry. A lot of weight to carry now. So 10 of these, and these, and then 20 minutes of cardio.
Boom. There she goes. Going to the Arnold press again.
Are you doing 2 pressing?
So I'm just doing one long set of Arnold presses. So I'm just keeping it nice and simple and going in high rep shoulder
I thought
work.
you were going faster than me.
No, it's just getting the long sets in. It's good to have like a minute to recover between the presses, you know? So it should be a 5 or 6 sets. Oh, higher rep Arnold press. Switching it out.
With the room.
Take your time. You know, there's no rush here, you know what I mean? There you go. Trying to do 15 minutes.
Woo! That chair is rough.
Whew. Good. Crushing it. All right, on request. Get another. Try to hit these with a good tempo too. Nice and smooth. Mommy's turn.
We're halfway through.
Should I go 1 minute or just stop?
Huh?
Should I go 1 minute?
Sure.
440.
And done.
Whew. Now, how many sets of press have you done? 4? 4 sets?
Yeah.
Here you go.
All right, we have 3.5 minutes left.
Really?
Last one for me, I'm pretty sure. 3 minutes.
Okay. Okay, come on now. Let's get it. One more good set. 75. 75. Good reps. Good shoulder volume.
One and a half. You want to run for your last?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. All right. Run for the last.
Woo. We have 1 minute exactly. There we go. Last bike. Last minute. And we're done in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Whew. That was good. Yay! And done. Good job, Dave.
Thank you.
All right.
Good.
Gonna do a little Q&A. So if you guys want to put your question in,
Q&A, Q&As. You get a
If
Q,
you-
we'll do an A.
look at the bottom. There should be a little question thing. Ask your question there, so that way we can share with everyone, and it's easier for us.
You can move that over here, Cameron. I'll set the bench up so
I
can see
see.
your
I
light.
see an Alice Lipson with the thumbs
Yeah.
up.
she likes the Qs.
I see an Alice Lipson there with the little thumb up.
She likes it. Mama lives it. I think my mom is like,
Alice, send us a question. Make it super inappropriate.
sometimes people will be like, hey, Dave, I'm like your #1 fan. And I'll be like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
My mom is my #1 fan for sure.
Yeah, she is.
She is the best. Like she's like a cartoon mom, you know, like super mom. She set the bar high, Candy.
Yeah. Well, both of her.
All of our
parents. Set the
All of
bar
our
really
parents
high.
set the bar high, which is a good example to us, but also
Like this.
probably a little bit of pressure.
Blinded by the light. All right, let's see. How do you gauge proper intensity while pregnant? That is a good question. I think like for me, I started way more conservative than what I think I could do. And then I just, I was drinking 1 second ago. And then I just increase or decrease depending on how I feel. But there's just some stuff that don't lie. So if your head
Like your
hurts,
hips don't lie.
my hips definitely don't lie, obviously, because the baby happening. If your head hurts, if you feel nauseous, if you go too out of breath, you can wear a heart rate monitor. Try to keep your heart rate at 130. Normally, that's a very safe zone.
You did so good running. I'm really impressed that you were running. You know, like I think running was something Candy was like a little afraid to do before.
Well, at first, yeah.
Yeah, now I think she's getting some confidence. Because I thought
It
like,
feels fine now.
just be careful because if you run too hard, the baby could just like fall out.
Well, so I run more on my toes.
Yeah, run on your
So I run more on my toes, so there's not as much bouncing. Yeah. But, I mean, intensity while pregnant should be like 50, 60%. So it might look insane when I go, but for me, it's really nothing. Trying to open the question.
Nobody's typing in questions on mine. Type in questions, guys. Not in the scrolling comments, but in the question mark box at the bottom of your
We're
screen.
so good at asking about
I know it's
VR.
confusing. It took me a second to figure it out, but at the bottom of your screen
When
is
is Mother's Day?
Sunday.
Oh.
There's a question mark.
Okay, my question to you guys: am I celebrating Mother's Day this year? Like, because the baby's still in, so
I don't think.
does that count?
I think Mother's Day is celebrating a lot of just women who are caregivers. So, do you have to be a biological mother to celebrate Mother's Day?
Well,
No, I don't
definitely.
think so.
But if you're a mom,
Yeah, if you're a mom, but like I think it's just celebrating.
no. But
women.
I'm just wondering because I am about to be a mom, but I don't know. Am I part of the moms group already?
I don't know.
Like that's
I mean,
my question.
Listen, you're already taking care of your baby, right? Like you're already taking steps
and
to take care
you
of your
and
baby.
to for baby.
Yeah, so you're a mom already. I mean, like,
All right. Dave says I'm a mom, so I'm expecting something from Dave.
Yeah, exactly. I know what to get Cammie for Mother's Day. It's pretty easy.
I got a good comment here.
What?
I think it's irresponsible that you're training while pregnant. Comment from a guy.
Oh.
Coming from a guy that know nothing about pregnancy. Thanks for that, buddy.
Well,
Gosh, people.
Well, it's not wrong to say, like, if you are going to exercise, you should exercise responsibly, and it probably is.
There's a lot, and most research say that it's healthier for your baby to stay active.
Not just that, it's healthier for you in terms of staying healthy through the pregnancy and recovering after the pregnancy, because it's fitness, right? And fitness is a hedge against sickness. So you don't want to let your health markers slide, or especially in pregnancy, like potentially become diabetic because of gestational diabetes. So
that's the biggest thing now that they're showing a lot is like having your heart rate go up and all that. Well, pregnant, obviously you don't want to be out of breath.
Yeah, and the baby is growing.
It shows that it really helps the baby have better like themselves, like cardiovascular development and all of that as you are pregnant. So staying active is kind of very important. Also very important to have less risk of having diabetes or giving your kids what are called genome.
There's even stuff about eating healthy to help the baby avoid things like type 2 diabetes.
So, for example, like there's a lot of research that are coming out right now about like as you're pregnant, for example, even though you had a terrible lifestyle, when you're pregnant, you can like change that DNA by being super healthy while you are pregnant, and then your baby is going to have those type of effects. So even though you can have been like super unhealthy all your life, if you're super healthy during the pregnancy, you're giving your baby like its best chance for themselves having better habits and things like that, which is super interesting.
Think about this, not specific to pregnancy, okay? Well, let's use pregnancy as the example. The baby's growing. The mom is growing. There are lots of growth factors in Camille's body that's helping her gain all this size. The biggest one being insulin-like growth factor, which has a tight correlation to type 2 diabetes when insulin-like growth factor goes up. These are people that struggle with diabetes. So by her helping control her blood sugar through diet and exercise, it's a way for her to stay healthier and to hopefully recover quicker after the pregnancy. It only makes sense, right? I mean, it's not.
So if you're a guy and you have no doctor experience, shut your mouth. You don't know what you're talking about.
You pissed off the champ.
Pissed off the champ.
All right, hey, I got a question.
Take your negativity somewhere else.
Oh, 4 questions. Here we go.
Oh, I got a lot of questions now.
Oh, Cam, I got drugs questions. Let's answer the questions on drugs.
Wait, okay.
SARMs. Get huge with SARMs.
Oh my God, this is a good question. You're gonna love that one.
What is it? Oh, let me answer mine first.
Okay, and then we'll answer this
so
one, because that's such a funny one.
This person's asking about SARMs. For those of you guys who don't know what SARMs are, they're selective androgenic.
Yeah, I was going to ask you with
selective androgenic receptor modules, and they're being marketed as a substitute for steroids, and people will say things like, it's steroids with all the benefits and none of the side effects, which is a lie. Okay, that's not true.
So why
SARMs are peptides which help signal the body to perform specific functions. One of the big things that are unknown about SARMs are like what are the long-term effects. The effects are not the same as exogenous hormones and steroids. They're probably more minimal, and there's actually some scary stuff about what they could potentially do in terms of tumor generation and cancer generation that they've seen in mice. But the biggest risk is that people are selling SARMs on the internet because it's not regulated. So if you are interested in this stuff, and I'm not saying do it or don't do it or whatever, but I'm saying if you are interested in this stuff, do your research and start with a doctor that specializes in peptide therapy. Get blood work, and then have it monitored so that you're getting it from a compounded pharmacy, so you know what you're getting is what you're actually getting, and you're not getting something full of arsenic or heavy metals or something that can fucking kill you. And so get it from go to a doctor, get it from the right place, and monitor it, and just be aware of what the risks and reward is, because everything has a risk. Everything has a risk. Yeah. And I'm a fan of like preventative medicine, of functional medicine. So you might not start there. You might start with like diet and supplementation and looking at your hormone panels before you just go and start buying SARMs off the internet, because I think that's probably pretty dangerous and irresponsible.
I feel like that stuff is terrifying because you hear like people getting stuff in gyms and left and right, and they don't know side effect. They don't know anything. That stuff is dangerous if you're not using it like, like Dave used stuff for right now fixing his body. It's not like for performance.
Yeah, so
helps your performance.
So
but
as an example, like SARMs or peptides, I'll use a peptide called BPC-157, which is a healing peptide, and it reduces inflammation in the body. It helps you heal, and it's kind of like, in terms of the way it makes me feel, it feels like taking a couple Aleve. Like if my shoulder's cranky, I can put BPC-157 directly in my shoulder, and when I wake up in the morning, it feels way better. This also has total effect on health and longevity because it's reducing total inflammation in your body. So if like you train like Camille and I, and you're beating yourself up and you have these chronic degenerative conditions like a bad back or a bad shoulder, this can be helpful. But I don't get BPC-157 from Joe Schmo in his basement in South Carolina. I have a doctor that prescribes it, that gets delivered from a compounded pharmacy, and that continues to monitor my blood work to make sure everything is going okay and that the juice is worth the squeeze, right? And I love peptides because you're not just putting exogenous hormones in your body that can suppress your own ability to produce them, but you're just enhancing your body's own ability to produce more itself. The same thing with, say, something like HCG, which is a testicular stimulating peptide, which helps your testicles, reduce atrophy. It helps your testicles produce more testosterone. I mean, it's minimal, but it does it, and we use that as a fertility drug to be able to help get Cam pregnant, to be able to produce more sperm. So, this stuff it's not pseudoscience, but if you go to the bro science for it, you're really playing a dangerous game. Go to a doctor that knows what the hell they're doing. And the best doctor we know is this doctor from out in Boulder, Dr. Elizabeth Yurth, who runs the Boulder.
She's the one who helped us with all the fertility stuff.
She helped Cam with fertility. She's helped us with our injury. She helped me after my back surgery. She helped Camille after her shoulder surgery. And like all she does is try to get you, it's not performance at all costs. It's getting you to a point where you're increasing. She's a big fan of trying to create centenarians.
Yeah.
People that live 100 years long.
She's amazing because, for example, because I want to give you guys all the information about her, especially I know a lot of women are reaching out to me about fertility. But she's from Boulder Longevity Institute.
Yeah.
Her name is Elizabeth Yurth. And we both work with her, and we both work with her at a complete opposite way. Where for me, everything is natural. Everything is trying to optimize like my vitamins and everything in my body, obviously because I'm competing at a high level. So I can't do drugs, and my conscience just can't go there because you spend all your life doing everything naturally. I just can't really wrap my head around going there. But Dave, at the opposite, had to go the route of supplementing thing with harder fertility drugs and harder things. So
even like, let's say,
she's pretty amazing because she can go both ways depending on how and what you want to do, and where you stand like with this type of stuff. Because for me, like just like Dave said, you have to do your research, but just seeing side effect of a lot of the things people are taking, I just can't wrap my head around it.
She treats aging like a disease. She believes aging is a degenerative disease that can be halted or cured, and it's pretty interesting. And they have such great knowledge that if you're, I think people tend to associate drugs with cheating, right? They're like, oh, it's a performance enhancing drug, you're cheating, but not really, because there's a lot of things you can do that are not banned substances that if you do them right with the right doctor in the right way, it can give you huge benefits to your health, longevity, and performance. And if you're someone like me that doesn't compete in CrossFit or some tested event,
if you're not competing, do what you want.
Yeah, like for instance, like I told her, like, hey, I want to compete in a bodybuilding competition and I want to get my muscles to grow. What can I do? Well, she was able to prescribe me PEG-MGF, that's muscle growth factor, a peptide to help signal more hypertrophy in muscles. She was able to give me CJC-1295, a growth hormone stimulating peptide. Now, obviously, it's not the same effect as steroids because the effects are kind of marginal, but you're still optimizing in the most healthy, natural way that you can. And for me, that's the line, is like when it starts taking away from my health and longevity, that's the line that I draw, that I'm like, hey, I'm not into it because that's not serving my bigger goal
Bottom line, go see her. She's amazing.
Yeah, she's good.
She helped us in both our complete different ways that we needed, and we're pregnant right now.
Yeah, and there are lots of great clinics like this. There are great functional medicine clinics and preventive medicine clinics that do this stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure you can find one. All right, what's the most difficult part of your pregnancy, Dave?
The most difficult part of my pregnancy?
Yeah.
I think honestly, it's paying attention to Cam's needs, because I think sometimes I get so wrapped up in emotion of trying to worry about the big stuff, worry about the finances and the safety, and just making sure that Camille is safe and taken care of, that I forget to give her compassion and just attention as a husband. So I think that's the challenging thing for me, because I'm just so worried about keeping her and the baby safe. That's like everything else to me is like, it's not important. The only thing that's important is keeping Cammy and the baby safe and fed and healthy. And that's number one. And sometimes I think I tend to forget to just be just like a loving husband, because I'm just really wrapped up in the big ticket items.
And all me and baby needs is love.
Exactly. I forget
that. We just need him to be there.
But then every once in a while, I'll just put my hand on her belly. I'll cup her belly and I'll talk to the baby, and everything is amazing. I feel so much love between the three of us that it's a great place to be. I think that's who I am as a person.
Okay, I have a question here. Are you taking any supplement while pregnant? Can you share the info? So right now I'm.
You get this weed question in a second.
Oh, okay. So right now I'm not doing much supplement or anything. So I'm doing obviously the prenatal vitamin, and I'm just really trying to make sure the food I'm taking is good. Trying to eat a lot of salmon, because the omega-3 is supposedly, with all the research, really good to develop a baby's brain.
We're doing athletic greens, and Cammy takes an FNX product called FNX Reds, the red antioxidants.
I was gonna get there.
Yeah, that's just those are not specific to pregnancy.
No, those are not specific to pregnancy. So I do take my red from FNX, which is just a bunch of vitamins type of deal, and I'll do BCAA still, which is just branched chain amino acid. And I still do whey, because it's just milk and powder, so there's no nothing in that.
That's a nice way to kind of keep your blood sugar lower, and have a light meal without lots of carbs.
Yeah, so having a lot of protein right now is super important, because you're more prone to diabetes while pregnant. So definitely bump up the protein. Also, the protein is your building block, so help build the baby the right way. And but at the beginning of the pregnancy, one supplement I was taking was called progesterone, which is a hormone that you produce as a woman, and it helps to make sure that you can hold on to the baby. So that's something I really didn't have at all in my body. And the problem when you don't have progesterone in your body is that you're about pretty sure that you're going to miscarry.
Well, I don't know if you could say it's going to happen, but there's an association.
It's very, very high chance, because it's literally what helps you hold the baby. So
to develop the placenta.
No, it just holds the baby, keeps it in place.
It's a little spider web.
Yes.
Spider-Man.
I'm not sure how it works in the body, but when we were trying, it wasn't working, and that was the main reason, because I would be 2-3 days late, and I would get my period, which means that the implantation did happen, but I couldn't hold on to the baby. So that's what Elizabeth Yurt really helped me with, is that we figured out together that I had no progesterone in my body, and I would go to other doctors, and they would be, oh yeah, we're gonna have to put you on all those heart drugs, and get ready for the IVF and this and that. And then with her, we figured out this one thing, and then we got pregnant maybe 2 or 3 months after that.
I think another thing that helped Cammy get pregnant for both of us was just not worrying about getting pregnant. The stress of trying and feeling like you're failing. We said hey, let's just put this off till next year, and we'll take these steps to try to get ourselves right, and whatever happens, but let's not stress about it yet. And it just happened. I don't know if Cammy let it go.
I did not feel like that, because every month that you're trying and it doesn't happen, it's a little heartbreaking.
Put pressure on yourself, it creates stress, and it's
But you need to understand that, for a woman,
I know. I get
that
it.
is your thing.
Yeah.
It's like that's what really makes me the most of women is that I am supposed to be able to get pregnant, and all your life people are like, if you don't protect yourself one time, you're gonna get pregnant, and you like legit don't know if you can get pregnant until you try, and then you don't know if you're the person who has problem or not. Which ended up I had some problem.
I think you have to have faith, and I know that Cammie and I prayed for it a lot, and we took all the steps that we should to try to give ourselves the best chance, and that's all you can do.
And but I know I want to make sure people know that there is thing that you can do,
because
I think often you feel paralyzed, and if you don't have the right information, like it's even more frustrating because
getting a good doctor and a good doctor that can help counsel you too.
Yes, which we're very lucky. So Elizabeth was amazing. All right, one more question.
Here's a fun question. It's about marijuana, which I'm a fan of. And so is Cammie.
I miss that too.
She's not smoking, or not smoking. She's not doing any weed right now. But the question is, what's your opinion on weed and working out? Now, I don't know. I don't want to call it weed. Let's just call it THC and CBD, which are
we don't like to smoke a joint.
Yeah,
like,
THC are the psychoactive ingredients in the marijuana plant, cannabis, and CBD has a lot of the anti-inflammatory health benefits, sleep benefits. So let's do it like where it can fall within context of a training program or just for general health. I found that like the THC CBD blend really helps with recovery, taking it before bed at night to get deep sleep and to reduce inflammation in the body.
2 for 1 or even 10 for 1, where like the CBD much higher.
This is not something.
A tiny bit of THC.
This is not something where we don't smoke it, but we'll do sublingual droppers under the tongue. We'll do these gummies, and I'll actually use, like for instance, when I was prepping this year, I would use CBD transdermal rub on my knees because it's the
CBD rub is awesome.
Heavy cardio volume. I put it on my shoulder. So it was really effective for that. I have heard some stuff about like, and I never tried this before, but
we have some friends that do
some people that do it when they work out, but they don't do it like when they're lifting heavy weights. They'll do it for like steady state cardio, so they can just like zone out and be okay with like, steady state cardio is kind of like a low grade uncomfortability for an extended period of time. So I think it's the kind of thing where you could just go in the zone and just be there. Be safe, obviously.
I don't know.
If you're running in the street, maybe don't take weed if you're running in the street. But if you're like on the elliptical or just walking on the treadmill or just in a safe place where I could see the potential benefit. But the biggest benefit I see is just for recovery after training.
I've never done it, obviously, during training because I'm so focused. I need to be so focused. But some people, it gets them really focused.
Yeah, it's
for me, it's just like my brain is gone.
I think what I've found is like I don't think marijuana or the right type of marijuana, like to say like sativa, for instance, which is a little bit more stimulating than like indica, which can just make you fall asleep. I feel like that allows you to deeply immerse yourself in like singular thoughts. So, like, for instance...
Only if it's a little. If it's a little, it gets super focused,
so I've done this before when I was writing, and I do it the right way and the wrong way. So some ways I did it, and I'm, like, writing, and I'm going, and I'm like, this is brilliant. And I wake up the next morning, and I look at the computer, I'm like, what is this? This makes no sense. And there are some times where I've really been able to zone in and just focus in. I think the danger with that is that it makes it hard to multitask. So obviously, like, if you're operating, like, heavy machinery... and you have to like scan the road and keep your eye on the odometer and look at changing lanes. Like that's not a good thing. But if you're just like focused on one thing or reading a book or writing something, I could see how it could potentially enhance your ability to perform and focus.
I have no idea. I know a lot of fighter microdose on mushroom. But that's another story. I've never tried that either. But there's a lot of stuff out there. Just stay safe. Be smart about it. All right. This is it. This is it for me. I think this is it for day 2. We've been here for a long time.
How many nutrition clients do I personally have? Right now, I have 23, but I'm cutting down.
All right.
So,
see ya.
So we have our nutrition coaching program. And it has
all right. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you soon.
Where you get your numbers and biweekly check-ins, and you get basically divvied out to one of our staff members. Originally, I was... Originally, I was the only staff member, so I just took on everybody myself.
but then it got up to like 40 clients and we had to start giving it out. So now we brought on an amazing new coach, a guy that I personally look up to, and I'm so stoked to have him on staff with us. Brett Wilkin, IFBB Pro, Master of Exercise Science, a tremendous amount of training experience, a tremendous amount of experience prepping people for shows. He's on our nutrition coaching staff now. So he's getting a lot of those macros only clients. We have a second tier where you can select your coach. So you can select Brett or you can select me. And we also have another coach coming on who's awesome, JP Bolwan. You can actually pick the coach you want. Bi-weekly check-ins. We give you a supplement prescription with it, and we prescribe cardio and training volume. And then we have the highest tier, which is like the advanced coaching, or I can't remember what we call it. It's like premium coaching service where we give you weekly check-ins, a training program in muscle anarchy, personal exercise prescription for anything you got going on to kind of target you specifically, written out dietary examples of what your meal should look like, and obviously the macros, and an initial phone call that we get to kind of do a really in-depth interview and talk. So right now, I think I got 23 clients. Brett's got like 13. We're going to start handing more people out to our extended coaching staff. But if you're trying to reserve me or to reserve Brett, you have to go to that Macros Plus where you can actually select your coach, because it quickly got way too much for me to handle. And there's so many other things I need to do, like managing 1,300 athletes in Muscle Anarchy and 200 athletes in our Shred program. So yeah, but the service is amazing regardless of who you get. We do a really great job. We use the same system, and the knowledge and experience on our staff really sets us apart from people who are like, hey, I'm going to start prescribing macros, because every single one of our coaches has done this specifically: gaining muscle, cutting fat, prepping for shows, training for performance. We've all done it at a really high level. Brett was a high-level football player before he became a professional bodybuilder. JP was a SEAL and a competitive CrossFitter before he started stepping on stage as a masters athlete. And these guys are awesome. So we're building out that Thundrbro staff, and these guys are just making us stronger. And they're also addressing different populations because, you know, Brett comes from more of the bodybuilding world, so we're getting a lot of just pure bodybuilders in the Thundrbro. JP comes from the CrossFit world and also the Navy, and as a masters athlete, we're getting some more older athletes coming in because he is the example. You know, he's done our 30-day shred. You got to see this guy. He's absolutely peeled in his mid-40s, crushing it. So yeah, that's a long answer to a short question. All right. Next year, CrossFit Games is a very fit mom. We'll see. I don't know if Cami will ever compete again. I think she actually has her eyes on competing in a bodybuilding show. Let's see. Because you've been running through my mind all day. Oh, there we go. That's probably a weird something. Do your feet hurt? Here's one. Are there any peptides for weight loss? How do you manage water weight? There are some peptides for weight loss. I think the ones that kind of come to my mind are more of the testosterone boosting, growth hormone stimulating peptides that help you increase your lean muscle mass and reduce your body fat. So HCG, CJC 1295, what is it? Tesamorelin, that's another growth hormone stimulating peptide. You know, in terms of like appetite suppressants, there are also some appetite suppressants out there. Yeah, I mean, they do exist. I would probably start with the diet and exercise though before you go there. The most bang for your buck is going to be with caloric balance and workload. And then, you know, even strategies like I like the thermogenics. I think thermogenics I've had a lot of success with. These are not peptides, but they're supplements you can use to increase your core temperature of your body, increase your metabolism, reduce your appetite. The one that I take is Lipo-6. So there's lots of stuff you can do. We talk about all of it in our Thundercuts and 30-day shred programs. Okay. What kind of CBD do you recommend? I like full spectrum sublingual droppers with high potency. And we sell one on Thundrbro.com. It's our Thundrbro tincture under the tongue. How do I get less inflamed? Nutrition training, love you guys. I mean, there's lots of ways to get less inflamed. Reduce stress, maybe reduce your training volume, increase your sleep, remove inflammatory foods from your diet. So, you know, take out the bread and sugar, Gotta get lots of greens, hydrate a lot. That's a good way to do it. Fish oil too, I know can have some benefit. Do you lose everything you cut if you go into bulking phase after a cut? Is there a benefit to going back and forth? No, you don't lose everything. I mean, it depends on what your diet looks like after the cut. I recommend a reverse diet where you kind of slowly start taking backward steps back upwards. So let's say if you're bulking at 6,000 calories and then you cut and you basically end your cut at, let's say, 2,500 calories, you would basically slowly take steps back up to maybe come back up to 3,000 or 4,000 without losing much of the aesthetic. So you're kind of holding on to the muscle mass and staying at that level of body fat. If you want to gain muscle back, then you have to go back into surplus. But it's just slow. What's not going to work is if you diet real hard and then you decide like, hey, I'm going to start pounding calories, your body's going to want to hold on to that, and you'll regain the body fat fast. But it's also a great period for muscle growth. So it just depends what you want to do. I'm a fan of, like you're saying, going back and forth. I'm a fan of like the hard gainer or just always staying in a workable level of body fat. So for instance, right now, I'm slowly trying to gain muscle, but I'm trying to stay in that like 10% or less range of body fat so that when I do need to cut, it's not a big, crazy cut. It's going to be, the lower you start, the lower you'll be able to push. So if I'm trying to get to like 5 or 4% body fat and I start my cut at 7 or 8, it's not going to be that hard as opposed to if I was starting my cut at like 15 or 17% body fat, that would be really hard. And I'd probably end up losing muscle mass to be able to get down there. How'd you go about starting Thundrbro? It all happened by accident. It started by me sharing what I was doing with my training and just recognizing that people were interested in it and just writing. I wanted to give them resources. Everything I did, whether it's like writing down my training program or writing down the methods that I use or writing down the finishers that I was coming up with or, writing down the program that I was doing with like Muscle Anarchy. It was just me being like, this is awesome. People need to know about it. And I never really tried to sell it to anybody in terms of like, here's what you guys need. It was more like, here's what I love to do, and here's me doing it, and here's why I believe it works. And it's just, it was me just sharing my journey that started to create momentum for the whole thing. And now getting at the point where the business is growing, it's gotten to a pretty cool point. Now it's about me like taking those principles of like, okay, we blend performance and aesthetics. This is about men thriving and women thriving and being their best with training, mindset, and nutrition. What are the different avenues and spin-offs from these main principles we could go down, whether it's like bodybuilding for endurance athletes, bodybuilding for Olympic lifters, master's programs, show prep programs, different types of nutrition challenges, different types of mindset challenges, a book of 100 bro hacks, all this stuff just kind of supports the main idea of bringing thunder. And the same thing, like, I don't talk as much about this as the training, but just that mindset journey that I went through of trying to find a way to be successful again, trying to find a way to win in the gym again and feel like, I could take control of my life a little bit more and not victimize myself and be a champion, be a Thundrbro. How do supplements, workload, on-off days, 90-day get huge program, monostructural work, cardio, a lot of stuff in there. Supplements are supplements. They are really just complements to your diet. I think that's the best utility. The biggest supplements I recommend are like whey protein and digestive enzymes and stuff to be able to get in the micro and macronutrients in your diet. There's some things I'll do also, like the thermogenics complement well within context, the BCAAs complement well within context, but they're really a minority of your total diet. You really want to dial in the calories and the macros. That's the biggest thing in terms of seeing success. Cardio in the 90-day Get Huge program, I probably think like I do cardio on the off days for some recovery, but if it's like about gaining size, the cardio is definitely limited. So it's not every day for me. It's usually like every other day or maybe 3 days a week just for a little bit to help with recovery if the goal is size. Ultimate Stack of the Warrior New Series. Hey, check this out. I'll show you guys. This is some of my Warrior Series. So, outlift. Oh boy.
There's my new outlet. Really getting bad signals here. Stoked about this. We did so much with them with this Warrior Series. Here's the Warrior Series Lipo 6. So that's the dermogenic pill. That's the dermogenic I like to use when I'm trying to cut a little fat. Alpha Pump, I'll take this before stage. I really like Alpha Pump actually because it's like a non-stimulant vasodilator. So I would do a couple, don't laugh at me. I would do 2 scoops of this and a Viagra before going on stage. And I got real lean on stage. Probably a little excessive, you know, but in terms of working out, I love it for working out. Not the Viagra, but the Alpha Pump. And yeah, I mean, like it's just about pushing blood into muscle and getting all those growth factors in there. And it tastes good. It doesn't have a tremendous amount of caffeine. So for like that second session, when maybe you don't want caffeine that close to bed, I think it's a really good option. Let's see, a couple more here. You're talking about being the best version of yourself. How important is mental health to you? I think it's the foundation. If you're not right up top, you're not going to be right for anybody, including yourself. You're going to have a hard time finding success. You know, it's really like you have to fix the foundation before you can build the house. So, you know, nail the basics down. You know, build some basic mental skills. Make some rules for yourself. And for me, those rules are really like what I didn't want to be. I didn't want to be the excuse guy. I didn't want to be the fatalist. Well, I guess I'm getting older guy. I didn't want to be uninspiring. I didn't want to be a drain. You know, like I think of people, and I got this from Justin Sue. He's like, you know, some people are fountains. Like they walk in a room and they fill you up, and the energy's high, and it's just awesome to be around. And some people are drains. You walk in and they're like fucking Eeyore, and they're just, well, thanks for noticing me, you know. And so for me, it was deciding like what I didn't want to be, and holding on to those ideas of like, you know, am I being the type of person I can be proud of? And if I'm not, be a mensch, be a stand-up dude, and be okay with owning it. And, you know, like this morning, I acted like a dick to Cammie, and I could have just gone through the day and not addressed it, but I didn't. You know, I had to apologize and say I was sorry and explain myself, and feel like it's inexcusable, and I'm going to do better, and that's it. So yeah, it's just kind of owning it, man. The more you do that, you know, like I talk about these habits, like quitting is a habit, losing is a habit, excuses are a habit. When you take one day to avoid those habits and to develop new ones, and then you take another day, it becomes harder to go back. When you start stacking those wins up, it's harder to revert back to your old ways because you put so much effort and invested so much in not being that person. So, yeah. Do you do intermittent fasting when you're cutting? I do intermittent fasting a lot. I'm doing it right now. Well, kind of. I mean, I'll do protein shake in the morning, hit this morning session, and then feed after. It's not until about noon. So I get my first meal at noon. That helps me keep the calories lower. I think it helps me keep good insulin sensitivity. So I said my goal is to kind of like gain, but also keep the body fat around 10%. So it's helping me kind of stay tight. Obviously, not gaining as much because you're controlling the storage signals, but a little bit tighter. You know. What program do you recommend with no equipment? What type of gym would work? With new/no equipment. I don't know what new/no equipment, but I mean, if you have a set of dumbbells, do dumbbell anarchy. If you don't have, even if you have a set of dumbbells and like, you know, you don't have access to really big weights, check out our Shredded at Home book because that's all lightweight and it's all dumbbells only and it's short workouts with hypertrophy pairings. That's a really great one too. And we were actually working on like a body weight builder program for people with no equipment. But I think the best thing we have, the best resource I have is just like, you know, even if it's a 35-pound set of dumbbells, you can still crush yourself with a lot of stuff. A set of bands makes it even better. You don't need space for that. You can do it in your living room. What does your daily quarantine look like? Get up, walk the dogs, eat breakfast, do this live workout, do a Q&A with you guys, get on a conference call, manage the Facebook groups, write the programming, get on another conference call. There's usually a podcast a day,
work on writing the new book.
Okay.
And talking with athletes, working on the nutrition clients I have, dealing with the check-ins, and that pretty much takes me to like 8 p.m.
Let's go on a walk with the dog.
All right, we're going on a walk with the dogs, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed this. This was a fun workout, and yeah, hit us up with any questions or comments at Lipson at Thundrbro. Check out our page www.thundrbro.com. Thunder with no e.